again, everyone. I'm back. Just wanted to record a quick message, just because it's such a big time at the moment. If you haven't been following my Instagram or Facebook posts, then you may not have seen the Schumann resonance spikes, and I explain in there, so I won't go over it now, but just to let you know that there's a lot of energy happening at the moment. And if you're not feeling it, well, I'm a bit jealous. Um, yeah, it's so hard to explain, but we're all feeling this shift that's happening, even if, part of you might be thinking, oh, what's Julie talking about? Um, you will see in your own life and in the life of others that things are changing and big shifts are happening for everybody. And so, yeah, I suppose wanted to, reassure you that that's fine, because this last week has just felt, I don't know, much bigger than any other time this year so far. That's based on what I can feel or remember anyway. So if you're feeling that, then, know that that's okay, that things are happening for a reason. And yeah, we've got Mercury retrograde still, and the message that was coming through actually for today quite clearly was about speaking your truth. And maybe that's something that I've been experiencing as well, on many levels. But, now is the time to really honor yourself, your heart. You're a beautiful being, and even if part of you may not, want to accept that, or feels a bit awkward about it, that is the truth, and you have a right to be here, and you have a right to live the life that you really want to live. And it's no longer about obligations and validation from the external, or doing what you feel you need to do in order to be loved and accepted. That's no longer what's being asked of us. So it's really important now, that you come into alignment with yourself. And if there are things that aren't in alignment with your life, then either you need to take a look at them and see what could change, or otherwise it may simply be that they move on, which is hard. We're humans. We get attached to things, to people, to ways of being, really, everything. And so it can be scary to let go, and I fully understand that. But in order to really live the life that we're all here to live, it means going through that process. And once you start to practice it, it does get better bit by bit. And eventually, like any muscle, you really start to feel empowered, because you're standing up for yourself, and no one else can do that work for you. You might, yeah, it's easy to get tempted by that idea. I certainly grew up with that idea that if I did the right thing, then I'd be okay. Someone would look after me. But, growing up, I've realized that's not true. Unless I look after myself, I can't really expect anyone else to do that for me. So I'm going to leave that with you, and hopefully let that absorb, and don't worry about having to remember anything. Just take what resonates and move on with that. I'm going to see what the cards have to say. So I'm just going to put the mic slightly. Hopefully you can still hear me well. I apologise sometimes if that's not the case. But let's see what the message is for us this time that you come across it now. Hope you don't get too dizzy watching. Shuffling. Alrighty. They've been quite jumpy actually, the cards. They have their own energy, as you can see. Alrighty, so let's get back here. I'll just try and make it clear for you all. So at the bottom of the deck we've got the Six of Cups, and so this is all about going back to that innocence and coming back into your true essence. And as children, that's what we did. And I wonder if this is what came up last week, but I can't quite remember. But yeah, it's all about coming back into that space. So really allow yourself. There's nothing wrong with being innocent, and there's nothing wrong with being naive. It's actually a beautiful state, but it's also to have awareness around it, which might feel like a contradiction, but yeah, it's about being in love, really. Firstly in love with yourself, and then that love can share or be shared with others. Just put that down. Alrighty. So the next card is the Death card, and yeah, it's not literal death, it's a card of change and transformation. So yeah, this is what we're going through at the moment. Even though it might feel like things are dying around you and not on a necessarily a physical level, with the sun coming up there, as you can see, there's new beginnings coming your way, and that's for us all as well. So we just have to observe all the shifts that are happening and just let them go, grieve, do what you need to do to allow those to move on. But a new beginning is coming. And with the Two of Swords, this is not knowing which direction to go in. And this can be the feeling at the moment because we're in so many retrogrades. We've got Saturn in retrograde, Neptune, and I believe Uranus. I can't quite remember at the top of my head right now. But this is a time of review. So if you're feeling like you can't quite make decisions right now, that's okay. Take this time to really be in review period and feel into or see what might not be working, what might needs to change. And with the Queen of Pentacles, this is, things will work out. You will be in your garden of abundance and feeling happy and at peace. But sometimes we need to kind of move through the uncomfortable bits before we get there. And I see her, really at peace and calm in her garden. And not to be afraid of being alone. That's what I see as well when I see that card. And I just want to pull out quickly one more other card. It's from the Animal Apothecary card deck, which a beautiful friend of mine gifted, and I absolutely love it. So let's see. Oops. Let's see if one does pop out. This one's because it's still a bit sticky. I'm gonna. Oops. Maybe I'll take that one. Keep trying. That's a great card to come out. So yeah, literally, it is about just keep moving forward. Even when it feels like, you're coming across obstacles and things feel a bit uncomfortable, just keep moving. And when we make those efforts, the universe responds. When we keep saying that we're worthy of all the good things in life, then the energy around us responds to that. So keep going ahead with that, and honestly, your world will change. I do believe that because I am experiencing that as well. So that's all for today. I'll keep it short, but I hope that helps. It's always great to connect with you. And if you have any feedback, please let me know. I'd love to hear from you. All right, lots of love. Bye.